Activity 1.1.tet. What is your name? Ma shmecha? Ma shmecha? In this activity, you'll learn how to ask someone else's name and how to tell that person your name. Let's begin with some words for responding. Milim la'anot. Before looking at the words, it's worth observing that the words such as your and their in Hebrew are more precise than they are in English. Notice these words. We have Shemi, my name, Shimcha, your name, masculine, and Shemech, your name, feminine. Each of these combines a noun, shem, name, with a suffixed pronoun, my, or your. The pronouns your and their are more gender-specific and number-specific in Hebrew than they are in English. As a result, when we write out a translation, it will be important to develop the habit of adding abbreviations to our translation to make sure the reader knows that we know the complete Hebrew meaning. So, for example, in your textbook, you will find your followed by ms, indicating it's referring to your masculine singular. The person who is referred to as you or your is a single male. If you encounter your, FPL, feminine plural, it would indicate that whatever is owned, whatever belongs to this entity, belongs to a group of women, perhaps your fields or your children. The group that is addressed is a group of women. Let's look at the words for responding. Milim la'anot. Ish, ish. Isha, isha. Ma, ma, sometimes spelled with a patach and a dagesh in the following consonant, or ma with a kametz. These will be indistinguishable by simple pronunciation, each of them pronounced ma. Mazeh, mazeh, very convenient question for learning the identity of a particular object. Shame, shame. Shemi, shemi. This is the noun shame, suffixed with a first person possessive pronoun, e. Shemi. Shimcha, shimcha. Your name when addressing a man. Shemech, shemech. Your name when addressing a woman. Words for hearing. Milim lishmoa. Ma shmecha, ma shmecha. This inquires, what is your name, when addressing a man. Ma shmech, ma shmech. Again, inquiring, what is your name, when addressing a woman. Take a closer look at this word shmecha. From time to time, when a particular Hebrew word is located at the end of a major phrase, or certainly at the end of a sentence, the syllable which receives the accent will change, and sometimes a vowel will shift as well. That's the case in this word shmecha. It occurs at the end of a sentence. Notice how it was pronounced when it stood alone, just as a bare vocabulary word. Here is the word standing alone, shimcha, shimcha. But when it winds up at the end of a major phrase, or certainly at the end of a sentence, instead of shimcha, we will pronounce, with no change in meaning, pronounce it shmecha. This shift in pronunciation is due to it being a pausal form. That is, at the end of a phrase or sentence, there's a tendency in human speech to pause and in certain words that will affect the pronunciation in Hebrew. And happily, the presentation of vowels is accurate enough in recorded Hebrew that it captures the actual pronunciation instead of requiring us simply to memorize it, as is the case with pronunciation changes in some other languages. We'll point out pausal forms when they occur. Don't worry about them, just accept them and learn to pronounce them accurately. Here are some expressions that you'll want to be comfortable with as you engage this activity. Notice the phrases labeled model. Ma shemecha. You'll use this to inquire of a man, what is his name? Ma shemecha. Practice this repeatedly until you're comfortable with it. Perhaps he will respond, Shemi Avraham. Shemi Avraham. If asking of a woman, Ma shemech. What is your name? Ma shemech. Perhaps she will respond, Shemi Sarah. Shemi Sarah. Practice inserting your own name, whether your given name or perhaps a classroom name if Hebrew classroom names are being used in your course of learning.